Hello, I'm Purple Rain, coach of the Baltimore Buzzwolves, and this is my video, my team builder, uh, and my matchup into live commentary of the matchup into the team I'm forgetting the name of right now, but it's got I know it's coached by Ray, I believe. And I know that they were the winner of last year's or last season's VBL-S. And I also know that I'm already in playoffs, which is good. It takes some of the pressure off this match, allows me to do some more fun stuff with my sets. That being said, I am still taking this seriously because, one, I want to win. I'm always going to want to win. But two, I really don't want Ray's team in playoffs. I think I have a bad matchup into it. And so I wanted to make I want to knock Ray out, basically. And I believe if I win 2-0, I knock Ray out. But I'm not sure about that. So basically, I just want to do my best to have this team not be in playoffs because I don't want to ever have to face them again. It's really, really tough for me, I think. And so, because of that, and because I can play a little bit fast and loose, losing isn't the worst thing in the world. I have playoffs locked. I decided to try some stuff out for the team. But first, let's just look at the matchup. So Flutter speed ties with Qianpao. It's the first thing to notice. And then my opponent has Mon that loves booster energy speed in Iron Treads, and that can be a good speed control for my opponent. And they have a stronger Trick Room mode than I do with Slowbro and with the Sandcastle and Knackle Stack. Honestly, like they have good modes at the bottom. Good speed tiers at the bottom and good speed control at the top. So one thing I could do is go booster energy Flutter. That's the way I know I'll be outspeeding Qianpao and stuff. But then there's Sucker Punch chances and stuff. And my opponent obviously with Qianpao Dragonite loves to click extreme speed. So how am I going to deal with that? You would think potentially I would bring Indeedee, but I've decided against it. Instead, I've decided that I would like to bring just mons that I think will do well into it. Specifically, Crocolore, full defense Crocolore, because my opponent is extremely physically offensive and not specially offensive. And then I have some mons that I think they can OHKO stuff, like Play Rough Azumarill with a Choice Band, Choice Scarf Hydreigon for strong Draco Meteors and Flamethrowers into Qianpaos. Yeah, and then so those all make good amount of sense to me. These three are pretty self-explanatory. And the second thing you'd think is, okay, well, I have Tauros on the team. I should naturally bring Intimidate. And I thought about it. For a long time, it was Intimidate. But Passimian scares me. Wigglytuff actually really scares me because I'm not investing in Special Bulk basically at all. And I know Wigglytuff's not a good Pokemon, but my team, obviously, Tauros and Hydreigon, both of which I'm bringing, are scared of Fairy types. And the only Fairy resist I have is Crocolore. And it's not specially defensive. So I was a little scared of Wigglytuff too. So that being said, I decided, you know what? Let's go with the Cudchew variant of Tauros. And I originally had Bulk Up, and then I thought I would, and also Ghost Terra because I wanted to have a way of dealing with extreme speeds if need be. And then I thought, well, if I have Ghost Terra, and then I played some Mox, and I had no way of beating Knackle Stack. It was crazy. Knuckle Stack and Slowbro both gave me tons of problems. And I just didn't know how to deal with it. And so I thought, well, if I have Ghost Terra already, and I have Bulk Up, Curse is kind of a Bulk Up. It's worse, because it lowers the speed. For Tauros, at least, it's worse. What if I went Curse Ghost Terra to help me deal with Knackle Stack and Slowbro. Just as a way, like, in case it goes to an uber long game, I have something to help. And then, if I have Citrus Berry as my item, which I did, I always had Citrus Berry as the item, uh, wouldn't it be nice if when I lose half my health, oh, when I lose half my health with Curse when I'm a Ghost type, if I can just get it right back again and then have my berry, and then have another chance to use my berry later. Kudchu just seemed nice here, and so I didn't want to activate competitive or defiant, uh, and so I really kind of just wanted to, and I thought Kudchu was, worthy of bringing. And then I have Driftblim. Driftblim is really interesting. It's the first time I've brought Protect on Driftblim. But I thought it warranted it this week. The 60 speed EVs are for, they've got to be to outspeed. I actually don't know. Don't remember. Oh, it's so it outspeeds no speed investments Rule Edge. But Driftblim I thought was interesting in that Shadow Ball is okay this week. It's got it's actually good because it's good into Slowbro and good into the Sandcastle, both of which my team has problems into, and it's always good to have a good answer into Rule Edge because I struggle. And Ghost typing is obviously good because of Extreme Seed. And so Shadow Ball just seems like a good move here. And what better way to help Shadow Ball than with Flare Boost and Flame Orb? So this way my moves are going to be doing a ton. Will-O-Wisp is going to help with damage control because so much of my opponent's team is physically offensive, as I've mentioned. And Trick Room is nice for a Azumarill setup, and then Crocolore, and to help Crocolore get off fast Will-O-Wisps and Yawns, and slack off so it can survive, and then Flamethrower. And then the final Pokemon on my team is Pichu. Pichu is the only Pokemon, if I remember correctly. Yep, Pichu is the only Pokemon I've not brought to a match all season, outside of some of the Pokemon I dropped. I think I didn't bring them. And my mindset for this game was, I want to know what value Pichu has, because I'm new to drafts and I'm relatively I'm inexperienced in using bad Pokemon. I wanted to bring a bad Pokemon. I wanted to bring my bad Pokemon in a week where I know the stakes are lower, so I can understand how it's better, like how it's useful, and how to best use it going into matches that do matter, like playoffs. So if I use Pichu now, my thought process, at least this is my thought process, if I use Pichu now, then I'll have a better ability to recognize why it could be good and when it will be good in playoff matches. And also, my initial thought was it's not even bad this week. Nuzzle's interesting for something to nuzzle either Dragonite if it's not just extreme speeding all the time, or Qianpao, or I guess Wugtrio if they're bringing it, but they shouldn't be bringing Wugtrio, I don't think. Or Passimian even. Nuzzle's good into that. Fake Out is good into everything except for Dragonite, because Dragonite and Cerulean Edge and Sandcastle, because Dragonite can have the inner focus, and the ghost types obviously aren't affected by Fake Out. Reflect, the fact that I want screens, but I only want one screen, also was really helpful, because Reflect is just great. It's a great move. And then I thought about Helping Hand or Nuzzle. Helping Hand is useful for just to help secure some KOs, because these Pokemon don't do the most damage ever, with the exception of Azumarill. Azumarill should be destroying things. Actually, I'm going to change the Azumarill set to be more physically defensive. But once I do that, I'll be ready for the game. Everything else is what it is here. Ghost Terra Pichu, Water Terra, Crocolore for ground types, I think. There were like ground moves and grass moves from Rotom. There just aren't many good Terras, I don't think, for it this week, unless I'm wrong. But Azumarill... Oh, and Azumarill is really interesting. Aqua Jet, obviously. Liquidation, obviously. Play Rough is obvious. And now Terra Blast, Terra Bug for... so I can hit both Slowbro which Azumarill otherwise kind of struggles to hit, and Rotom which otherwise Azumarill struggles into, and my team struggles into. So I thought Terra Bug would be such a cool thing that I never get to do, but I get to Terra. I think there's a real chance I Terra Blast Terra Bug this week, and that would be so cool. I'd be so happy to do it. Anyways, so this is my team for this week. No PowerPoint or anything because I didn't have time. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay. I have challenged my opponent, and we'll see when they. Okay. Well, they're here. Game 1. Home challenge. They did. Oh yeah, this is also my first time not bringing Flutter. I didn't mention that. And it is good this week. But I was concerned about the Chiampao matchup. Honestly, I didn't really know how I wanted to handle Chiampao or Booster Energy Speed, Iron Treads with a strong Steel type move. I honestly felt pretty bad about it. Like there's obviously good stuff with it being Ghost type for extreme speed and the ability to outspeed Chiampao if I really want to, but I felt like if I was outspeeding Chiampao, then I was making myself weak to something like an Iron Treads strong Steel type move, because I wouldn't be able to take out Iron Treads consistently, and I just I like the matchup still. It's still good, but it wasn't that good, so I didn't bring it ultimately. That being said, I now am left with interesting propositions. I assume it's not multi-scale. I assume that it is an inner focus Dragonite, which means Scarf Hydreigon is good. Although, Azumarill is also good. I actually kind of like Pichu Azumarill or Pichu Drifblim. Maybe even Croc Drifblim. Croc Drifblim. No, I like the Pichu for Reflect. Pichu, Croc. Is Drifblim good here? Only into this, but Tauros is also good into that. Tauros, and then Scarf. Azumarill is good. Azumarill's okay. And then Azumarill, sure. Pichu, Croc, Tauros, Azumarill is what I'm bringing. Good luck, have fun. There's thoughts I obviously have about not bringing Drifblim with Trick Room against this team, but ultimately I think I'm okay with it. This will let me get a Will-O-Wisp off, by the way, into anything. Do I have Snarl? I do not. I did not bring Snarl. Right. Azumarill, Tauros. Yeah, I did not bring Snarl. The other cool thing about Pichu, by the way, this week is Lightning Rod helps against Rotom for Azumarill or for Croc when it Terras. Oh, very interesting. I think I do just want to fake out Iron Treads and Flamethrower the Rotom. And then this way, I expect to protect out of Iron Treads. But if it's not protect out of Iron Treads, then I can Willow it next turn. With Croc. I could I fake out Willow is also fine. There's also an option to reflect on Pichu. just straight up reflect, because my opponent's so physically defensive. But did bring two special attackers. I expect Slowbro to come here. I also expect Passimian. Maybe it's no Chiempao Dragonite, but okay. So there's a flinch. Terra Blast, just straight up Terra Blast. It's Citrus. I could have helping handed that. I think I do just reflect here. Flamethrower. Or reflect Willow into Iron Shreds. Bulldoze is fine. It KOs the Pichu, which I expected. Oh my god, the crit is huge. What the heck? Is it EV'd wrong or something? Why did that do so much? That should not have done that much. Full H... No, I guess it just does. That's crazy. I did not expect that. Well... not having Lightning Rod or anything here is tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. I think I do Terra Bug always. And now the question is, do I just Terra Blast in case of Slowbro? I think I do Terra Bug, Terra Blast, and then Curse on my Tauros. Yeah, I mean, Terra Bug's just also pretty good here. Like, I think Chiempow's it's tough against, right? But other than that, it's pretty solid. The fact that Citrus Berry makes me think it's defensive, which means maybe Tauros should be attacking the Rotom to get it out of the way, but I think I just want to do this and Curse, so Tauros is... Iron Head, oh wow, that did way more than I thought it would. Okay. Everything's just doing more than I think it should right now, which is a little odd. I don't know why that is. So now if there is Slowbro, Azumarill's good into it, and if there isn't Slowbro, I have a cursed up Tauros. I definitely am just Terra Blasting this. I think I can just curse again because of the Citrus Berry. Cudchew shouldn't let me eat it again this turn. Yeah. Okay. Ironhead just KOs. Okay. Well, now I'm Earthquaking. And hoping EQ KOs. I don't think it does ever, and this is probably Sash, but this will give me some information. So what went wrong? Pichu wasn't that... Oh, it survives. EQ doesn't do nearly enough. GG. So what went wrong? Pichu only got a fake out off. It was nice to stop the Iron Shreds, but that was the wrong call. I should have absolutely fake outed the Rotom, or just put up a Reflect, or even just helping hand Flamethrowered and gotten rid of the Rotom. I honestly didn't expect it to do so much to it. I don't even hate the Pichu there. The Croc is what did the least. Um, Driftblim I like as a lead because what was the lead last time into me? Uh Driftblim's an okay lead because it lets me get the flare boosts. Hydreigon I also like because it lets me get maybe like a flamethrower off into the Rotom. Uh, Azumarill had some value. Tauros was not as good as I was a Azumarill, and then maybe it's Pichu in the back to get me a later fake out. Let me reset some momentum later. Tauros just wasn't doing anything. Reflect could be useful later. Helping Hand could be useful later. I think I am gonna put Pichu in the back. Okay, well this is pretty bad. Um, so I think if I protect Draco or protect Terra Ghost Flamethrower, because it is faster than Chiampao. I don't know if Chiampao is Sash, so I probably should have just close combated so I know if Chiampao is Sash. It should be Sash though. I protect Draco into Dragonite, or I can Terra Ghost Draco. Will I need my Terra Blast later? Not really. I'm fine with protect Terra Ghost Draco. So that way Ice Spinner into this shouldn't KO. And Dragonite E-Speed won't be able to hit it. Oh. Okay. Okay, not the end of the world. I think now I can afford to switch in the Pichu and Draco the Dragonite again. If it's Sucker, though, which it could be, it's really bad for Hydreigon. I think I have to just trust that it isn't. Because, yeah, if Chiampao... Right now, yeah, they do know it's Scarf. I think I can afford to Will-O-Wisp Dragonite. Will-O-Wisp Chiampao, Draco Meteor Dragonite. Because they should probably switch out Dragonite if they're not suckering. And if they are suckering, then I get a Will-O-Wisp off. But if they're suckering, this dies. It's not really worth the Will-O-Wisp on it. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, Dragonite, switch into Azu. Okay. Crunch. Iron Head. Life Orb, Dragonite. I'm not sure if they really have anything to hit Azu now. Protect, Play Rough is solid. Play Rough into Chiampao. But Liquidation should also be enough. I highly doubt Aqua Jet is. Maybe it's switch in Pichu and Liquidation into Chiampao, because it should still do a ton. This way, Liquidation will do a ton. Pichu lets me get another fake out off. I'm thinking about Trick Room here too. Will-O-Wisp is obviously good into Chiampao too, but I think Dragonite's kind of weak here. It is Protect Iron Head, which makes me think it's Terra Steel for Flutter, which makes sense. But since there's no Flutter, I wonder if it has a better move. Because it did Iron Head. Maybe it was going for a flinch. Um, I think I'm okay to protect Liquidation into Qianpao. Yeah. Because it's Life Orb, and I still don't know what Qianpao is. It's probably Sash. I'm going under the assumption it's Sash. Protect, Liquidation, Qianpao. Yeah, I think I like this move the most. Because that way if it tries to like crunch the... Okay. Well, this is a bad turn. Yeah, bad turn. I could have Trick Roomed. I could have done a lot. Now they can double up into the Azu, which is something I have to be worried about. So I have to Will-O-Wisp Liquidation. Even Will-O-Wisp get in the Pichu. Yeah, Will-O-Wisp get Pichu in. So I can get a Fake Out. I'm clearly on the back foot here. Okay. Oh, just a disaster. Disaster after disaster. Uh, but I can bring in Hydreigon. It's Terra Ghost. Flamethrower into Rotom and Reflect is just good here. Yeah, because it has to be wary of Fake Out. I get a Reflect up, which is nice. Yeah, I think this is fine. Flamethrower, if Crocs did that much, might KO. 194 versus... I guess I don't know the exact without doing more. Reflect. Helping Hand is also an option here, of course, but Reflect should be good to get up. Oh, sick. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. Double Protect is great. Flamethrower into Rotom. Helping Hand Hydreigon. Because now Dragonite doesn't have a great option for what to do. Rotom is either taking it or switching. The only bad switch for me, really, really bad, would be Slowbro. If he is switching into Slowbro, he brought it. Well done. That sucks for me. Dragonite's just been slowly chipped down by this burn, which is pretty crazy. The other, one of the other reasons I didn't bring in Didi actually is Qianpao. As mentioned before, or as not mentioned before, but is important to note, has Ice Spinner. Spinner just removes the terrain, so it's not consistent way of keeping sucker punches and E-speeds off the field. Although starting to look like Dragonite doesn't have E-speed, I wouldn't be shocked if it was Roost, if it was Dragon Dance, just no E-speed at all. But yeah, so I hope Flamethrower here just KOs. Passimian also pretty good to see. E-speed did a good amount, but not as much as you would hope. And then I'm just gonna Helping Hand Hydreigon again, and then Flamethrower this slot. Because Dragonite being out is actually just good for me, right? There's no reason to want Hydreigon or Dragonite gone. It's not doing much. It doesn't have ability to really touch Hydreigon. It doesn't have a great ability to touch Azumarill. and that means no protect, E-speed, Pichu's gone, which puts me in a really good position with... Oh, it's fast. Oh my god, it's so fast. Wait, it was Choice Scarfed. Huh, it was Choice Scarfed and faster than my Choice Scarfed Hydreigon. That is really bad. Um, Now, I don't think there's a way for me to win because I have no Protect. Uh, Flamethrower. I mean, maybe if it's not. Yikes. Because it should just KO Hydreigon, especially if they double up into it, and if it's sashed, which it should be. If, I have to play for it not being sashed and something crazy, right? Uh, oh, okay. Crunch. It does die. It was sashed. Okay, well, I lose. Uh, um, yeah. This match didn't go as I'd hoped, obviously. Pichu wasn't actually that bad here. It didn't do as much as I wanted, obviously. Uh, I think this was a bad matchup no matter what I did. Um, there are obviously things I could have done better. Um, the biggest miss of the week was Croc. Uh, the and Drifblim didn't do enough. Shouldn't have clearly should not have been Flare Boost, but I think I did. It did warrant it for the Slowbro. Well, not sure if it warranted it, but I wanted to see how strong it was, and it never did feel that strong. Like I wanted to click an attacking move, which I think tells me a lot about my team. So I think this was ultimately an informative match, even if it was a negative outcome. Um, this game was really late for me, um, or later than I expected. So I'm not going to do a review of the matchup because I don't want to. I'm tired. Uh, but off the top of my head, Azumarill probably Azumarill's Terra was fine. Drifblim, I learned Flare Boost is probably too memey and just not very good. Cudchu felt good, but I need to have a higher attack investment on Tauros if I'm going to do that. Uh, Pichu was surprisingly useful. Uh, Hydreigon, honestly, the Scarf Passimian threw me off. If it wasn't Scarf Passimian, I think there's a chance. Really cool adaptation, really cool matchup. And I don't know if my opponent knows that I like to just skirt things, or if that's just how they what they planned for was just to outspeed anything that was trying to outspeed Champao, maybe even like a Booster Flutter or something that's just trying to outspeed Champao. Um, Yeah, so if that's the case, if that's why they brought the Passimian, super smart, really good prep from my opponent. Um, I was not as prepared as they were. They had a really good team and a really good matchup into me. Uh, yeah, so good on them. And I will. I'll let's see how playoffs go now. I'm excited. Thanks for watching.